Wednesday Season 2 needs to give Eugene Ottinger a love interest, just not with his friends. The founder and leader of Nevermore Hummers, Eugene Ottinger's proper introduction in Wednesday comes on Outreach Day. But before that, he introduces himself to Wednesday Addams as the head and sole member of Nevermore's Beekeeping Club, attempting to spark her interest in the ancient art of beekeeping. Quirky, sweet, and lovable, Eugene's friendly demeanor is the complete opposite of Wednesday, making their budding friendship more charming. Wednesday is immediately drawn to Eugene's earnestness and simplicity, and the two form an adorable bond. Welcome to Wednesday TV series members. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. Eugene relies on Wednesday for protection from the Pilgrim World bullies on Outreach Day, but in the end, it's he who ends up saving her from Marilyn Thornhill's wrath. In the Wednesday finale episode, just as the season antagonist, Thornhill, is about to shoot Wednesday, Eugene unleashes his swarm of bees on her, heroically repaying her for all the times she stood by him. A psychic, bee-controlling savior, and one of Nevermore's unexpected heroes, Eugene deserves to run the show, with a narrative that stands apart from the main plot. A love interest outside his friend group would make for a heart-melting subplot, and it's exactly the kind of boost his character could use. In Wednesday Season 1, Chapter 2, Woe is the Loneliest Number, Principal Weems, in an attempt to engage Wednesday in something outside her self-imposed role as Nevermore's unpaid detective and mystery solver, puts together a list of mandatory clubs that have openings. She hands Wednesday the compilation and instructs her to pick one club by the end of the day. Wednesday visits Bianca Barkley first, followed by Xavier Thorpe and finally, Eugene. Wednesday and Eugene introduce themselves and shake hands. When Eugene asks her if she is willing to feel the sting, a glimmer appears in her eyes, conveying she is drawn to the thrill and danger the club beholds. Wednesday is immediately on board, and moments later, she appears in a beekeeping suit, fully committed to the hive life. The endearing Eugene instantly wins hearts when he tells Wednesday that female bees dominate the bee world and that there is no patriarchy in the hive. He is sincere, intelligent, and far too adorable to be left alone. Though he's yet to find his footing in the show, his bonding with Wednesday lifts the trajectory of his life. He finds his first true friend in the Addams girl, through whom he tries to woo her chirpy and bubbly roommate, Enid Sinclair. Outreach Day, Chapter 3, Friends or Woe, is when a friendless Eugene first teams up with Wednesday. Wednesday switches her volunteer assignment with Enid and goes to Pilgrim World where Eugene is posted. Meanwhile, Enid agrees to go to the antique store, Uriah's Heap, only because Arjux Petropolis is working there. Wednesday defends Eugene from bullies, reaffirming faith in their code, Hummers stick together. Later, she borrows his retainer to break into the meeting house in order to investigate Joseph Crackstone. This moment subtly reveals that Eugene likes Enid. When asked for his retainer, he replies. It's a slightly disappointing moment because Enid and Arjux are in the middle of becoming a thing. Eugene's growing crush on Enid comes off as unnecessary writing. They don't quite pair well, and besides, he deserves someone who is just as interested in him. Eugene is the most excited when Enid is in his shed. He does his best to impress her with his knowledge of beekeeping, but she only sees him as Wednesday's friend. He tries to make himself visible, hoping his persistence will yield results. He even gives Wednesday a jar of honey for Enid, asking her to put in a good word for him, and hoping she'd agree to be his date for the Raven. But Wednesday sternly reminds his friend that the two of them are different, meaning they are not made to participate in the usual adolescent clichés. Eugene disregards Wednesday's advice and tries to talk to Enid later, only to be crushed when she doesn't return his energy. Eugene wears his heart on a sleeve and genuinely deserves to be loved. His bond with Wednesday is sibling-like, while Enid is a friend by extension. That said, Eugene now belongs to the pack of saviors who saved Nevermore from doom, and that alone deserves acknowledgement and appreciation. More additions to Nevermore's roster of underdogs could bring him a love interest that sees him, his achievements, and his wonderful work with the bees. Wednesday Season 2 is the perfect opportunity to fill Eugene's life with a swoon-worthy romantic arc. This will be the exact kind of sweetness Nevermore's missing. The show features plenty of romances for its archetypes, yet, unfortunately, none for Eugene. What are your thoughts on it?